Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, February 26, 2023. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Ring of Honor news. Claudio Castagnoli will defend the ROH World Championship against AR Fox on the first edition of Ring of Honor's streaming television show March 2nd, according to a tweet yesterday from ROH owner Tony Khan. Khan tweeted, quote, "The new era of Honor will begin this Thursday with ROH World Champion Claudio Castagnoli defending the title against a man who cost him $100,000 at Christmas, AR Fox," end quote. During the December 21st, 2022 edition of AEW Rampage, Fox's Trios partner Dante Martin last eliminated Claudio during the Three Kings Christmas Casino Trios Battle Royal to win the storyline payoff for Fox and Top Flight. Ring of Honor is running its first set of television tapings this weekend at Universal Studios in Orlando. We're saving spoilers from those shows until the close of our newscast. In ratings news, the fast overnight national television ratings from Friday's edition of WWE SmackDown were strong once again, notching 2.303 million viewers overall for the Fox network and finishing with a 0.6 rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic. The number, courtesy of Spoiler TV, is up slightly from last week's overnight figures of 2.254 million viewers and an 0.5 rating in the key demo. When all was said and done, February 17th's SmackDown final number finished at 2.383 million viewers and a 0.58 rating among 18 to 49-year-olds, which led all of television for the night. Preliminary numbers for basic cable, which include AEW Rampage on TBS, were unprocurable. We'll have more information on the ratings this week as they become available. With news from Japan, here's the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
The card for New Japan wrestler Hiromu Takahashi's All-Star Junior Festival has been finalized. On Saturday, the main show lineup was revealed for the March 1st multi-promotional Super Show, taking place at Tokyo's Korakuen Hall. In the main event, New Japan's Master Wato will face All Japan's Atsuki Aoyagi. The penultimate bout of the night will be a five-way scramble match between New Japan's Taiji Ishimori, CMLL Soberano Jr., Dragon Gate Shun Skywalker, and Noah's Ninja Mac and Yunta Miyawaki. Takahashi, the IWGP World Junior Heavyweight Champion, is producing the event and will also wrestle in the show's opening six-man tag. A portion of the show's proceeds will be donated to Shinjiro Otani, who was paralyzed during a match in April 2022. The 50-year-old Otani debuted for New Japan in 1992, and by 1996 had established himself as one of the top junior heavyweights in the world. That year, he became the inaugural WCW World Cruiserweight Champion, which he held for 43 days before dropping it to Dean Malenko during an episode of WCW Worldwide. Otani also has the distinction of being the final holder of the J-Crown Championship in 1997, when the World Wrestling Federation demanded its light heavyweight championship be removed from the 8-title honor and be returned to them. The WWF's light heavyweight title had been controlled by the now-defunct Mexican-based Universal Wrestling Association and New Japan Pro Wrestling since its inception in 1981. 47 wrestlers will be appearing in the show from 22 different promotions, including every major company in Japan. The All-Star Junior Festival will stream as a standalone pay-per-view through New Japan's NJPW World Service. For the Wrestling News, I'm Lou Kipilman.
Taking a look at the independent scene, the newest episode of National Wrestling Alliance's weekly NWA USA show debuted on Saturday. Taped at the WEDU's TV studios in Tampa Bay, Florida on February 12th, the main event of the show saw Thrillbilly Silas Mason defeat Judeus with his Thrill Ride Black Hole Slam. Silas had Pollo Del Mar in his corner, while Judeus, best known as Murphy when he wrestled for TNA Impact, had Father James Mitchell in his. Also on the show in a qualifying match for the upcoming NWA Women's Television Title Tournament, Ashley D'Amboise knocked off Samantha Starr. And in the opener, Joe Alonzo defeated PJ Hawks. Former NWA United States Tag Team Champion and one half of the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton, also appeared on the show to take the Fixers team of Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky to task for their actions against current U.S. Tag Team Champions AJ Kazana and Anthony Andrew. In the televised ticket sales wrap for the week, this past Friday night's WWE SmackDown at the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana led last week in attendance for major TV tapings, drawing 8,411 fans according to WrestleTix. Last Monday night's post-Elimination Chamber WWE Raw episode finished in second place for the week with 7,920 fans inside the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Ontario. AEW brings up the rear this week, but not by much. The company's debut on Wednesday night at the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona for Dynamite and Rampage tallied a reported 7,080 fans. Our final report today will contain some spoilers for upcoming Ring of Honor television, which streams via Honor Club. These will not be full results, but only the newsworthy items that occur during these tapings. If you wish to not hear any of these spoilers, we'll give you a moment to make your decision, and please remember to follow us across all of our forms of social media. Here are the results from the championship matches held during Saturday's tapings. NJPW World Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. defended his title over Blake Christian. ROH World Television Champion Samoa Joe defeated Tony Deppen. After the match, Mark Briscoe then challenged Joe for a title shot. ROH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta defeated Timothy Thatcher to retain and was later challenged by Clark Connors. ROH Six-Man Tag Team Champions The Embassy defeated LSG, Joe Keys, and Rex Lawless. ROH Women's Champion Athena defeated Willow Nightingale. And finally, ROH World Champion Claudio Castagnoli defeated AR Fox to retain the title. After the match, Claudio was challenged by Eddie Kingston. Later in the tapings, after Kingston had defeated Bendejo, who was an unmasked Serpentico, he once again called out the champion, who rebuffed his demands. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.